No, the commentary film on the film you're watching.
All right, introduce yourself, Andy.
Hi, this is Andy Jones.
Hi, I'm Tom Vasilj, director of this epic trilogy.
I am the lead actor in the first two films.
And
I guess I'm the co-star.
I'm the jerk of all
the
trades.
Trilogy of the whole thing.
I did every goddamn thing in this trilogy, except for, the hard part, the acting part.
Well, no. It was very kind.
All right, here comes the most legendary short film
ever made.
I'm quoting Christopher McCassell.
Is that what he said?
When I completed this film, he's like, "Oh, dude, you got to appear on David Letterman."
Oh yeah.
He's like, "This is worthy of an appearance on
So
David Letterman."
he really liked it, then?
Yeah, this was like.
I think it's great too. Yeah.
This was done like in haste, but watching this now, I realize like how much craft is in this. But this was like done for extra credit for Susan Feldman's
Sure, I thought it turned out really well.
experimental film class in spring of '07.
So just a little background on this. It's called Out Out. It's I remember I introduced the.
Yes.
Not to take too much credit, but I introduced the poem Robert Frost's Out Out. Very grisly poem about a boy that saws his own hand off, and I always really enjoyed it. It's probably the only Robert Frost thing I'm really excited about.
The moment you introduced me to the poem, I'm like, we got to do this as a film. Yeah. And that rarely happens.
Yeah.
It's usually like, oh, this would be a good idea like 5 years from now when I have the money or give enough of a damn. But I'm like, this is it. This is what I can do for extra.
I was happy that it spoke to you in the same way, that it spoke to me.
And I've never made a film like this in as short of amount of time.
It's a really good close-up on the ant.
Yeah, the ant plays a major role. He's your co-star in that sequence.
Sure. Now
you have to explain my appearance, who I take the place of.
Oh yes. Is it? What Emily?
Yes.
Okay. Well, Tom had wanted to have a friend of ours, Alex Matursky, which is his home was filmed.
That we trashed.
Yes, with the fake blood. Oh, don't want to give too much away, but assume you've already watched this. If you're watching the commentary, but his sister. I went on a couple. Maybe one day, really, with his sister to see Hairspray. Incidentally, not really important here. but anyway, Tom had wanted to have her at the window because there's a sister in the poem. He cries out to his sister, but he wanted to have her in the window to do kind of this weird, like a Freudian kind of thing, right? If I would say yes. So I thought that would have been an interesting idea. But I like your performance in this, though. I think you did a really good job playing that kind of aloof. Because at the end of the poem, Out, that's a wonderful shot of the blood. I thought it turned out great in black and white. But the end of the poem, the thing is, I think one of the last two lines is something like, and since it was not them that was dead, they went about, their usual business. And so I think you did a really good job personifying that.
Is this too violent?
Well, I know this sequence I want to talk about because I know we had a pretty big argument, if I remember correctly, on this because you chose not to show
the saw.
And I thought,
because I don't want to do like a straight up horror film.
Sure. And I know I thought, now I really like it, but at the time, I know I thought, people aren't going to understand that he cut his arm off.
Yeah.
But I think it has some real, especially when you have that shot of me screaming.
Yeah.
This sequence is really.
It's all about society's indifference to suffering.
Yeah.
I don't care about the blood and the guts or the actual act of dismemberment.
Sure. But the blood and the guts go a long way aesthetically.
Yes.
To bring home that.
Oh, this was a happy accident in camera. This was a camera malfunction. And when I saw this in dailies, I was like, oh my god, this is perfect.
Yeah, that is really perfect. I didn't even realize.
And Chris McCassell would say it's the universe telling you how you should have done it, and the universe did it for me.
Sure.
You have to hand it to Chris. This is a bravura performance.
Yes, it's very good.
It's
very simple and concise.
This has a contemporary relevance. Like, here's your healthcare practitioner.
Yes.
He's like, you don't have enough healthcare insurance. I'm gonna put your ass
right.
the pasture.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not even going to take you to the goddamn emergency room.
Sure.
Put you out of your goddamn misery.
Yeah, it does function on a very good allegorical level in that sense, I think. Certainly. I'm quite proud of this part. Well, not so much that head stuff, but what's coming up?
I think that was a mouthwash bottle.
It was, but you made a very good use of. I really love the. Yeah, I thought you did. It's like very excellent use of just this. I mean, everything kind of came together in this. I'm very proud of that because that was unscripted.
Yes.
Putting my hand up.
That's the actor contributing to the
yes,
project.
I was.
That's why I cast you.
Well, I don't want to give myself too much credit, but I just.
Oh, you noticed the sword ever so briefly in the ceiling?
Oh, I didn't.
For all you eagle-eyed viewers out there.
Yeah.
That was pure happenstance, the sword.
Yeah. But Chris, I thought did great. He didn't write character. He was like.
He did dry hump me in one of the outtakes. I don't know if you remember that. But I was lying on the floor taking your place because I had to like man the camera while he shined the light into the camera. And then the first take he dry humps me.
This sequence is wonderful. Just cleaning up the mess.
Yeah.
Really. But yeah, like
because it brings up the question of whether I was ever privy to the accident.
Sure. No, with this phone, I think, like just all this, I thought, everything kind of came together with the, even though you're using mouthwash, it looks good. Mm-hmm. Like a lot of times in student films, you see things like, like why did you use, like if you would have just,
And this is a Michael Mann homage because he often has characters like from the back either exit or end his films like.
Yeah, when I think, a lot of times in student films you see stuff. Like, you're like, why did you use that when you could have just very easily used something else that would have been more understated and looked more authentic. And this, you don't get any. Like, I think all the items that you used were perfect, and it creates a nice blend of like retro and like more contemporary. Also, note on the soundtrack of that. Me and Chris, remember we did that live?
Yes. The film premiered live in Susan Feldman's experimental film class, the last day of the semester.
Yes. We never recorded the soundtrack, but I thought yours worked really well.
So for all you out there who want to project the film live, by all means, please provide your own soundtracks if you feel so inclined.
Yeah, the first screening of it.
Yeah.